Yo, what's going on, Kings fans? It's Tyler here for the Sacktown Breakdown, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down, see what I did there? The Western Conference for next season. I'm not going to be giving any records or anything, but I do have this little graphic on the screen where I'm just going to kind of put teams where I think they belong. Before we get into that, can you guys make sure you go ahead and give the video a like, because me and Skip are trying to blow this channel up for the new basketball season. We can't do it without your guys' help. I actually haven't been in the last two videos. Skip's been carrying the team, so make sure you applaud him for that. I just spit when I said that, applaud. Anyways, make sure you applaud him for that because he's been carrying the team, and he actually just did a podcast, like a couple days ago, without me because I've been busy. So thank you so much for that. But we are here and we're about to break down this team, this conference, I guess, not team. It's our team, Sacramento-Kings. But anyways, let's just get into it. So I haven't really thought about this too much. What I did was make a graphic, playoff locks on the bubble, and didn't make the cut. And by the way, actually, before I get into this, I got this idea from a commenter. I was going to do the video anyways, but I'm going to go ahead and put the comment on the screen because what I want you guys to do is to actually leave comments on our podcast, on the email. You can find our email in their About section of our YouTube channel, sactownbreakdown@gmail.com. Basically, leave comments. Give us ideas. Give us talking points to talk about. Give us stuff to talk about. We will always give you credit. John from Florida asks this, blah blah blah, or so leave your name, maybe where you're from, and leave a comment or a message, in the email, or leave a comment on your YouTube channel, or just leave a comment on the YouTube channel, or whatever you guys want to do. But make sure you guys go ahead and leave us comments, give us suggestions, give us topics, because we love when you guys do that, and it helps us come up with content for you guys. So here we go. Comment on the screen. Boom. There it is. And yeah, he wanted me to do this, so we're about to do it. So I think what I'm going to do first off is put, we're going to go Rockets, playoff lock. I'm going to do the playoff locks first. This one should be easier. Playoff locks are going to be the Rockets, the Nuggets, and this isn't in any particular order of where they're going to land. I don't think it's going to be Rockets first seed, Nuggets second seed. But I'm going to go Warriors third, Clippers fourth, obviously. Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Jazz for sure. So that's 5 teams right there. Right away, 5 teams. The Trailblazers to me are like a team that's, I don't know, man. It's like they've been just on the bubble for years, basically. They almost make the playoffs, or they make it. Like this last year, they went to the Western Conference Finals, but I never at one point thought they were going to win a single game. And I think that, to be honest, I think people severely overrated the Warriors' run, their sweep of the Blazers without KD. The Blazers are the Blazers. The Warriors are the Warriors. Even without KD, the Warriors should have steamrolled the Blazers. And people so overrated the Warriors without KD. Like, oh yeah, they're better without KD. Man, give me a break. Let me clarify what I was trying to say there. What I'm saying is the Warriors should have beat the Blazers. They had enough talent, and the Blazers, to be honest, in my opinion, just aren't that good. I just don't think they're ever going to make it very far in the playoffs. The Warriors without KD should have beat the Blazers. It shouldn't have been some big thing where it's like, oh, they're going to be able to do it. But that's how the media hyped it up. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, sorry. I'm going into rant mode there. But, yeah, so Trailblazers, I feel like people overrate them in these kinds of lists I see on Twitter and stuff. Like, people automatically put the Trailblazers in there as a top team. Now, they did add Hassan Whiteside. They added, did they add anybody else? I don't even know, to be honest. Blazers roster. Ooh, I spelled that wrong. Oh, they added Pau Gasol and Hassan Whiteside. Anthony Simmons is good. They added Kent Bazemore. They got Rodney. They're going to be a playoff team, but it's like, how impressive of a playoff team are they really going to be? I don't know. The Blazers are just kind of a weird team for me. But anyways, those are the 6 I think are going to make playoff for sure. So we got Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Jazz, Trailblazers. That's only 2 more spots to make the playoffs. So we're going to go Lakers. I'm going to put like that because I think there's a chance something funky happens with the Lakers. They do have LeBron. They do have Anthony Davis. Anthony Data Davis. That man never stays healthy. LeBron James. I'm going to go on a limb and say it. I think his groin injury, if it wasn't fake for him to just sit out and for them to tank games, which is a possibility, I think the higher possibility is that LeBron's starting to get injury prone. People don't want to say it. People think LeBron's a god and he's some sort of tank. LeBron's going to get injury prone. And, hey, I'll be the one to say it. When LeBron sits out, can Anthony Davis carry the Lakers to wins? Because he sure wasn't able to do it with the Pelicans. And guess we also have in the Pelicans? DeMarcus Cousins, Rajon Rondo. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think it's very controversial to say the Lakers won't make the playoffs. But at the same time, I don't feel 100% comfortable throwing them in there. Like, the first 5 teams, Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Jazz, Trailblazers. Okay, no. Put it at Jazz. I feel 100% comfortable throwing those teams in there. Trailblazers and Lakers, I think they're going to make it. Pretty sure, but, I don't know. Something funky could always happen. So, I'll put Lakers in there, kind of like touching the black, like, oh, maybe they won't make it, but they 90% will. So now we only have one more spot left. So let's go to on the bubble. We got the Kings. I'll throw the Timberwolves in there. I'll throw the Spurs in there if I can get this to work. Apply. Okay, throw the Spurs in there. And the Mavericks. Now, one of these 4 teams I have to fit in the playoff spot. And for me, Andrew Wiggins trash, first of all. Karl-Anthony Towns, soft. That's just my opinion on them. A lot of people think Andrew Wiggins sucks. A lot of people love Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't like the guy's game. I don't like the way his face looks when he posts people up. I don't like the way he runs. I don't like his lack of defense. I don't like how slow-footed he is. I can't stand Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't like the guy. I think he's annoying. And I'm going to leave it at that because I want to keep this PG. But with that being said, he's pretty talented, and he could maybe carry the Timberwolves to like 40 wins. That's not going to be enough for the playoffs. I mean, Wiggins. If Andrew Wiggins takes a big step, then maybe. But I don't see that happening. The Spurs, it's like, okay, well, with the Spurs, you're relying on the system. They got DeRozan. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They may be getting DeJounte Murray back soon. They got Patty Mills. They tried to get Marcus Morris. That flopped. Marcus Morris turned his back on him on the Spurs. They did get DeMar Carroll, I believe, which is a good pickup for them. It feels like a very Spursy player. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of too old. I don't know. It's just it doesn't seem like. I don't want to bet against the Spurs, but at the same time, it's like I feel like this is finally a year where teams are really going to be too talented for the Spurs to keep up. Then we have the Mavericks. They got Luka. They got the Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis. I don't see the Mavericks making the playoffs. I think they're going to be really good one day. They signed Seth Curry to a 4-year deal. But the thing is with the Mavericks, it's that Porzingis is going to take at least 6 months to be normal, if he ever is normal again, which I'm sure he will be. Torn ACLs aren't nearly as big of a deal as they were even 10 years ago. But I just don't think the Mavericks have enough, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I mean, let's look at the Mavericks roster. So this is who the Mavericks have. Luka, Kristaps, Boban, Seth Curry, DeLon Wright, JJ Barea, who just came off a torn Achilles, Tim Hardaway, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, Jalen Brunson, Justin Jackson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Antonio Cleveland, Courtney Lee, Ryan Broekhoff, and that's basically all you need to know. So, yeah, I mean, who's their starting 5? Luka, first of all their best players are point guards, basically. Luka, Tim Hardaway's a shooting guard. DeLon Wright, Seth Curry. Those are all their best players, besides obviously Porzingis. All point guards or shooting guards. So I'm going to say this: Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Justin Jackson, Kristaps, Maxi Kleber is your starting 5. That don't do much for me. I'll tell you that. That does not do much for me. Even Luka and Porzingis. I tried to say Porzingis at the same time. Porzingis, Luka, Tim Hardaway. Yeah, could they fill up the bucket? Yeah, but that's not going to be enough. Seth Curry, he's been inconsistent. I mean, he had a really good playoffs, but I just don't see that team making it. Now, the Kings, on the other hand, I'm trying not to be a homer here because I know this can be perceived as being a homer. I think the Kings make the 8th spot. Whoa. Bubble in my throat, Chief. I think the Kings make the 8th spot. De'Aaron Fox is going to be close to a 20-point per game scorer. Probably have like 8-9 assists a game. Buddy Hield going to fill up the bucket. You know, Marvin Bagley should average 20-10. I don't see why he wouldn't. Harry Giles on the come up. I mean, to me, the Kings have the most talented team of the three in terms of youth and more talent. They have more talented players that are also young. I mean, Buddy and Bogdan are both 26. Whatever. I mean, 26 is still young. Like, if you look at it, the Kings have De'Aaron, Buddy, Bogdan, Bagley. We signed Corey Joseph. We signed Harrison Barnes again. We signed Dwayne Dedman. We signed Trevor Ariza. I mean, we have all these players. They have the most talent, and they have the most talent at a young age. Whereas, like, you know, you look at the Mavericks. How old's Porzingis? 23. How old's Luka? 20. Okay. Who are their next two good players? Tim Hardaway, 27. Seth Curry, 28. DeLon Wright, 27. So it's like, and then Maxi Kleber is 27. Whereas if you type in the Sacramento Kings roster, De'Aaron Fox, 21. Buddy Hield, 26. Bagley, 20. Bogdanovich, 26. Harrison Barnes, 27. Dwayne Dedman, 29. Trevor Ariza is older up there, 34. But Corey Joseph, he's 27. Like, you see what I mean? Like, our players are younger and I think more talented than a lot of the other players. Like, for example, Rashawn Holmes is a beast. He's 25 years old. It's like, I don't see these other teams being able to compete with us running up and down the floor. Our shooting's great. Our youth is great. Our athleticism is great. I'm going to have to do it. I'm putting them at the 8th spot. Now, I know this can be perceived as a homer move. And you know what? Let me just move the Lakers a layup there. I think this is going to be your Western Conference. Not necessarily in this order. I am putting the Kings in the 8th spot for sure. This other order isn't going to be like, you know, this isn't in order. Although, I'll tell you what, flip around the Clippers and the Warriors. So you would go Nuggets, Clippers, Rockets, Warriors, Jazz, Trailblazers, Lakers, Kings. To me, that actually looks pretty good. Now, maybe the Lakers are higher, maybe the Jazz are lower, but I think it's going to be somewhere in this area. I think the Warriors are still going to be really good. I think, so let me break down these teams. I think the Nuggets are kind of like the Raptors of the West. They are really good in the regular season. In playoff time, they suck. That's just my opinion of them. I'm not a big fan of the Nuggets. Everything I just complained about with Karl-Anthony Towns, I feel the exact same way about Jokic, pretty much. The Clippers, Kawhi and PG, a couple of gods. Injury-prone gods, but they're gods. The Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, I think it's going to be a little while before they get good, but I think they're going to go on a run eventually. I think they're going to put it together and be amazing for a little while. I mean, who knows if it's going to last in the playoffs, but I think they're going to go on a run where it's like, wow, these guys are amazing together. I just don't think it'll last, kind of like Chris Paul and James Harden. The Warriors, I think they're going to be really good. Steph, D'Angelo Russell, Clay will come back probably around the All-Star break. The Jazz are going to be really good. Mike Conley finally can run that offense and provide some scoring. Donovan Mitchell doesn't have to do it all. Rudy Gobert can clean up the boards and block some shots. The Trailblazers, they have three-point shooting. They have lost scoring. Their defense is kind of whack, but they got Hassan Whiteside now, so maybe they'll be able to block more shots at the rim. Funnel players to Hassan Whiteside for him to block the shots. Don't allow the outside shot. Lakers, Like I said, they could go up. They have LeBron. They have Anthony Davis. I don't put a lot of stock in LeBron. I think he's going to be injury prone the rest of his career from here on out. Anthony Davis, he already is injury prone. I don't really like their other pieces. Rondo, DeMarcus, KCP, Kyle Kuzma. Doesn't really do much for me. That's just me being honest. And that's not because they're Lakers. It's just, if it was the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference, I'd feel the same way. And then the Kings, I said what I need to say about the Kings. So Timberwolves, Spurs, Mavericks, they're on the bubble. They could very well knock any one of these teams out. Probably the Kings. But this is how I'm going to position it. And then we have the didn't make the cut teams. The Grizzlies, the Pelicans, the Suns, and the Thunder. Now, obviously, the Thunder are here for a good reason. They traded Westbrook. They traded Paul George. So they're just tanking. That's it. They're trying to rebuild. That's as simple as that. They do have a nice roster, actually. CP3, Danilo Gallinari, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Steven Adams. That's like a good team, but I don't think they're going to make playoffs. That's just how it is. Suns, and they're probably going to trade Chris Paul. The Suns, Devin Booker, Ricky Rubio, DeAndre Ayton. They traded Josh Jackson to the Grizzlies, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. The Suns, they're just going to be another bottom-feeding team. Unless Devin Booker can all of a sudden go off and be amazing and prove that he can carry a team to the playoffs. They got Dario Saric as well. They actually have not that bad of a starting five, but I just don't see it with the Suns this year. I just don't. I don't think it's their year. They're not going to make much noise. The Pelicans, obviously they're stacked. Lonzo. I'm trying to think of it like in order of the positions. Lonzo, Drew Holiday, Ingram, Zion, and then Derek Favors probably their center. They drafted Jackson Hayes. They still have Josh Hart off the bench. They have a really talented team. Now it depends. I don't know how great Zion's going to play. They got JJ Redick though. Like they have a team. Jahlil Okafor. This is a really talented team. Like they could definitely, if I had to bet money on any team moving up like a position or two, it would be the Pelicans. Of any of these bottom four teams here, obviously it would be the Pelicans. That's not a stretch to say. But even the Pelicans can make the playoffs. If their team chemistry clicks and they're really good instantly, they can make the playoffs. I don't think they will. I think it's going to take them a year to adjust with how big of a massive trade it was and how great Zion's going to be. And Zion's going to, I think, have a rude awakening when he gets in the playoffs a little bit, or it gets in the league a little bit. I think it's going to be a little harder on him than people realize. So that's why I'm not putting him in the cut. But I think definitely the Pelicans could be really good, maybe even make the playoffs if everything were to fall just right for them. The Grizzlies, they have a great duo here. John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. They're rebuilding around those two. They're a talented team. In terms of like John Morant and Jaren Jackson, I guess talented duos, but I should say. The team, on the other hand, they got Josh Jackson. Maybe Josh Jackson turns into something. I doubt it. But I just don't think the Grizzlies are, they're tanking another year. That's just what it is. And, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're tanking another year. So that's my overall feeling on where this playoff race is going to, shake out over the next, 12 months basically. Starting in October. I mean, let me guys know. Leave a list. Leave your playoff locks on the bubble. Didn't make the cut in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If I'm an idiot, tell me. I'd like to know. I like when you guys set me straight. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We cover Sacramento Kings. We cover the Kings Guard, Sacramento Kings gaming team. We cover, some NBA 2K news here and there. I actually have my own channel, Tap2K. Go to Tap2K and subscribe if you're new to me in general. If you've never seen anything I've done before, go subscribe to Tap2K. Go subscribe to Skip and Tosh. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. For Skip and Tosh, I'm Tap2K. I'll talk to you next one. I love you.